All right, video 2 on this Triple R. This is a Triple R 7. I think this is a 7x16 tandem axle Vinos enclosed trailer. Yeah, right here. Enclosed 7x16 tandem axle. Here's your VIN. This thing was manufactured by Triple R Trailers. Date of manufacture January of 2016. It's got 3,500 pound axles under it. They are drop axles. I'll show you that in just a minute. Caleb, I will need your help with the lighting here in just a minute. Again, just kind of an oversight of the trailer style. It's a flat roof V-nose with a side door. And is the rear door double doors on this or a ramp? Okay, double rear doors right there. Okay, I want to show you something that's kind of, well, there's not kind of about it. I asked the customer if he purchased this trailer new, and the response was yes. I asked him if he had ever had any type of axle repairs on the trailer at all. He said no, with the exception of the hub replacements that I did on this about a month and a half, 2 months ago. Now I shine under here. I want you to see how these axles are mounted to this frame. See how the spring hanger, I'm at the passenger side front hub axle mounting location. See how that spring hanger is not centered over the actual frame of the trailer? Hold this light, Caleb. Right there. This hanger right here is supposed to be on the frame, but this axle is so narrow that they had to put the hangers over, and what they did is they put in a spacer tube right there so that they would have something for that hanger to weld to on the inner side, because the axle's too narrow. Okay, not only is that kind of messed up here, now that's the way at all 4 points. Front left, front right, left rear, left right. I don't know if I'm saying all that right, but that's the same on all 4 hanger points. Now, when we come up under here further, okay, I'm gonna have the light over here. Look at this mess. They actually cut, see that piece of angle iron reinforcement that's been welded back to that trailer frame there? And then they had to do that so that they could pull that hanger inward. And I mean, it's like they had these 2 axles just laying around and said, hey, they're just not quite wide enough, so let's do some fidgeting to this trailer to make them work. And they got this guy in there like so. I can't point to it because both my hands are full, but you can see that large piece of tubing frame between this, well, I can't point to it, but you can see the spacer in there. And then this here is obviously a problem. And you can even see where this thing has been cut loose, re-welded. It's a mess, guys. I mean, that is not what I would expect to buy on a brand spanking new trailer. I mean, that is not good. You don't make changes to the suspension like that just to get axles to work on a trailer. That is improper. And I'll show you why it's a problem. When you have axles that are too narrow, I'm gonna come around this way. These are drop axles. Can you shine that? Because I don't see. Yes, like that up in there. I'll try to shield so I can see what I'm doing here. I'm gonna have to go behind it like that. Okay, look here. These are drop axles. You can see the axle tube right here. And then there's the actual spindle arm, because it's a drop axle going up there. Look how close the body of the trailer is to that. I'm going to try to get my hand in there to point out what I'm talking about. Look at this. Right there where my finger is at. See how close the body, the frame of the trailer is to the actual axle spindle coming out of that drop axle? That's not near enough clearance. And not only is it not enough clearance, but as these axles move up and down on their springs, it's actually getting into the trailer. You can see where it's bent. See where the metal's bent, and you can actually see where the U-bolt hangers that hold the springs to the axle, where they're coming up and bottoming out on the bottom of the trailer, because the hangers these hangers right here are too short. These hangers need to be longer so that there's more space between the axle and the frame, and they're so close that all he's got to do is hit a speed bump or other type of obstruction in the road, and that axle comes up and just hammers the bottom of the frame and dents it all in. Now the front one, there's a lot of space here right now because we're unhooked from the truck and the nose of the trailer's up in the air. But when we go to the back one, come over here, Caleb. When we come back here, see how much closer? It's kind of hard to catch, but well, those wires and stuff are in the way right there. Pull them down, but look how much closer the top of that U-bolt is to the bottom of the frame. I mean, there's only enough room for my index finger in there. And that's been coming up and just bottoming out. Let's see if I can see that. Can you shine light up in that hole to show in that dent just how deep that dent is? Look at that. Look how deep that dent is in the frame. And that's that way at all 4 points. This is not the right, these are not the right axles for this trailer, folks. And it's, I mean, I think the owner may have an issue. He may have some legal things going on with the manufacturer of this trailer, because these axles are not the right axle for this trailer. It should have never been manufactured this way. So anyways, I'm not trying to make enemies with Triple R or anybody like that. I don't even know the circumstances behind it. Could the person who deals in the trailers, the trailer dealer, could they have made changes to the trailer new on the lot before it was sold? I don't know. I don't know what the story is behind it, but I do know that those are not the appropriate axles for that trailer. They're too close to the trailer frame, and the wiring for the brakes, it's causing frame damage. And I don't think that that's directly what's caused the electric brake issue that I had in the previous video on this trailer, but it very well could have contributed to the very first hub failure on the left rear of this trailer. If the rear axle is against the frame instead of being suspended by the suspension, then I could see where that could cause stress on the bearings and cause them to prematurely wear out, because there's not room for the suspension to actuate up and down. So if that rear U-bolt was up against the frame and being held there to where it didn't have suspension anymore, you bet that'd put pressure on the bearings. So that very well could have caused the first hub failure that we dealt with the first time. So anyhow, that's our findings in the field. Again, this is Chris Long at Connected Correctly. We appreciate the opportunity to be able to serve this customer and help get them out of trouble. But obviously you can tell not everything is within our control, but hopefully he'll find a good solution to how to get this thing either fixed up so that they can continue to use it safely, or maybe this one needs to go to the scrapyard. Maybe, I don't know. But anyhow, there you have it. You guys got any questions or comments, be sure to let me know. Thanks.